Before I go do it to the upper torso stuff, I am going to do some cleanup, and then I'll close the lesson by doing it to the upper torso stuff. All right, so let me grab this and put it back. And so that's it. Our system is scalable and all this stuff is working. Let me do some quick cleanup. So this goal system, I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful with. It's one of the only goals that's not going to sit in the skeleton system. So I want to put it outside. It definitely can't be moved. Let me see what this is. Okay, this is just a curve that I think I created at home. Oh yeah, for the breast control that I said I was going to use later, so I'll keep that hidden. This group is not needed. I'm going to clear this group out. These are my blend shapes targets for my intermediary blend shape, and I think I'm going to dump them underneath there, right there. Blend shapes. So I'll go P. They're not going to move. They're going to just stay over there. This is my sculpt deformer for my rib cage and my abs. I think I do want to put them inside the blend shape folder because right, they're triggering these blend shapes. So it's good to put all this stuff in the same place. But maybe I will create a subgroup, grab these two and parent them here. And I'll create a subgroup, call it ribs, abs, blend, BSHP targets, and sculpt deformers. And you know what, whilst I'm doing this, I might just take the full name. Blend, shape, targets, and deformers right there, just so I know. This is something I have to delete. This is the old ab mesh. Yeah, this is a copy I made. Oh, this is the one where I didn't like the sides here and I went to change it in ZBrush, so that can go. These dimensions have to go along with all the B versions of the dimensions I created when I was testing out where to put the goals. So I think I put them under here. Yes, right there. And I did put a delete in front of them. So these are not needed anymore. So I'll grab both of them and I'll grab the dimensions that came with them and delete them. And then these two dimension nodes can go in the dimensions folder I already created for the humerus and shoulder girdle stuff. I'll parent it underneath there, but they do have to be named. So I will call them ribs, abs, PSD, trigger, locators, dimension. Okay. And this type, I don't need anymore. That can go away. This, yeah, this is the other important thing. This is a custom control. That is, for now, it should sit in a custom controls folder, but it should also have a overarching folder that at least lets me be able to identify it. So I'll call it ribs, abs, control system, so that it can just sit right next to this one right there. Let me put it in this group. And actually, I'll just put both of them in a group called custom controls. Custom control systems. All right, and then this last one, this I think for now, I'll just have it sit outside until I can figure out a proper place for it to live. Other things that are performing a similar task, goals that are not parented to the skeletal system and have to sit outside and are constrained with the help of constraints like this. So it's just going to sit outside here. As long as it's not transforming, it's going to be fine. And that's it. So this is our organization system. So I'm going to go to these locators, go to their respective locations, and hide them just like I did the ones for the upper torso because it's time to focus on the ones for the upper torso. And by the way, that's more B stuff that I didn't delete. So these have to go too. So I'll grab both of them and delete them. And I do have to hide this here. All right, so that's everything gone away. And that's it. I'm gonna zip through and do some tests. I'll speed through the tests just to make sure everything is working. And then I'll move on to the normalization of the upper torso stuff. Okay, so while testing, I do realize that I have made a mistake, and I was heading in the right direction when I was considering how these were going to be split up. I have basically bypassed my control system for the stomach vacuum and the chest expansion. I don't know why I did that. That was very foolish. So I'm going to bring them back. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I did this. That was a very stupid move. So this is for the chest expansion. I've basically disabled my control system. I have to grab this output from here. I knew there was a reason why I was contemplating using one multiply divide node. So this one goes into input 2. This one goes into input 3. And we will, in fact, use the scale again down here as a third parameter. And then that way, output Z actually goes into here. All right, so that way I've granted my control system, which is relying on blend colors, access to my set driven keys, right, via this multiply divide node. So this is the normalizer. This is the control system for the stomach vacuum. This is the control system for the custom control systems for the stomach vacuum and the chest expansion, so we can blend them in and out to turn them on and off, because if you remember, there are targets underneath a blend shape node, and there was no other way to gain access to an overarching node to toggle them on and off like the way I have with my abs. So yeah, this I don't know why I did that. That was very silly, but I guess you make mistakes like this and you're able to pick it up what you've done and double back. All right, so if I come over here, it should be working now. I was just playing around with this, and this should completely disable. All right, so I'm gonna keep going through and playing around, making sure all these are operating correctly. Okay, so it's all looking good. Everything is working. FK system is triggering it. IK system is triggering it. And it just occurred to me that the IK spine is significantly more expensive to use. You can feel the system slowing down as you attempt to use it. FK system is so much more faster. And I'm really glad that both of these FK controls operate correctly. They are the only two FK controls, and I was hoping they don't break the system. So both of them trigger it well. All right, so I'm going to save this bookmark because it really should, these should have been a combination of abs, ribs, normalization, and custom controls. So I'll just add that in there. Normalization and custom. Actually, let me just do custom controls and normalization bookmark. All right, so that's it. That's it for the setting up of the sculpt deformers for the abdominal and rib cage triggering. I'll leave the hiding of this for later, or maybe I should hide them now. I think they're fine. Yeah, I could hide them now. So yeah, it's time to move on. I'll speed through the normalization of the locator system for this upper torso area, and then we're going to move to this neck. This one is fairly simple. I want to make the sternomastoid trigger when she turns to the left, when she turns to the right, and then have both of them trigger with the help of a combination morph when she rotates her head backward. So we'll look at some reference and then we'll get it done so you can see what I'm trying to do. It's one or the other has a trigger on the left and right head turn, and then when we rotate backward, both of them have to trigger. All right, so I'm gonna leave on screen the speeding through the normalization process for the dimension nodes for the upper torso, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson where we get started on the sternomastoid impression.